Hello everybody, welcome to Just Ask Momo, and today's letter goes like this. Hey Momo, I'm 16 years old and I'm from Calgary, Alberta. Ever since my friend Ryan Harper told me about you and WWGN, I started to watch your videos. When I was very young, my mother and father split up and this basically messed me up for a while, but I got over it. My mom has been with two other guys since, which really doesn't bother me, but it's what they got her addicted to that does. She became an alcoholic. Normally, the average person would go to Alcoholic Anonymous or some organization like that, but I have a feeling you can help me out better than they can. Since she's almost constantly out drinking, I'm left to babysit my brothers who are age 2 and 4. After she comes back from the bar and I go back to my dad's place, I always feel a little shit, like I was just used and thrown in the garbage. I love my mom, but I never want to go visit her because I know she'll just bully me into babysitting while she goes out and gets hammered. When I reluctantly say yes, I feel like I'm doing nothing but allowing her to keep on doing this. Normally, I'm a very positive person and very few things in this world bother me aside from the assholes at my school who pick on everyone. I was wondering if you have any advice for me. Thanks for being such a great role model and helping out those in need. Peace. Andrew. Hi Andrew, thank you very much for writing me this. First of all, this is a very touchy situation. I want to make it clear that you're 16, you're underage, you're taking care of your little brothers who are really underage. My outcome is always to be really positive and find a way to fix things. I will try my best to give you some open-ended advice as to what I think that you can possibly do to rectify this situation, but a lot of this stuff is way beyond my control. The one thing I'm going to tell you, you speak really well and you express yourself really well. You are obviously older than 16 in your soul. You've been through a lot, and I think that I'm going to go for the vote of the power of conviction. The power of conviction is really figuring out what you're going to go say to your mother, saying it in a way that you have never ever said something before. The power of conviction. You are obviously the male of the house, the one who is running that situation. If you're taking care of your two younger siblings, I would go sit your mother down and I would tell her the truth. I don't know if you've tried this already or if you've tried it maybe in little bursts. I think you need to sit down and make a case where you have the facts, what could actually happen and what is actually happening. Then she might listen to you, especially coming from a 16-year-old. You'd have to sit her down and say, look, here is what's happening. This is how I view things. This is how my brothers and sisters are going to view things. It's only going to turn out to be the worst scenario you've ever seen, even when you're gone. When you get serious like that and you talk to her from your heart, I don't care if you got to cry in a mature way, but you can't freak out. And you got to tell her the God goodness truth, maturely, just like you wrote me this letter. You just basically say, look, the outcome is not going to be good if you don't try and change things up, because at one point it's going to get really ugly and then maybe you're going to wind up losing your kids. You don't want that. Or do you? I think if you go out there and you nail her with the fact that you're 16 and you're coming with her with that strong point. Remember, she's separated. So because she's separated, she's looking who's her man. If you've been married, you have kids, then you're separated. Well, you're going to want to be with someone else. She needs that fatherly figure. She needs somebody to tell her what is right. And if it's coming from her son, now that is something really mega cool. Take the power and the love that you have for your brothers and sisters. Use that and all that information to sit her down and give her a speech from a 16-year-old that she would have never, ever expected. The bottom line is you have to talk to her and say things that she has never heard. The problem when you're trying to explain something and you're really trying to get to somebody, especially when you've said many different things and you've tried to get through and you haven't, that person always thinks that whatever you're saying is the same exact thing that you said to them before. And they say, I know, I've heard it, it doesn't work. The trick is go in there and tell them in a whole other way. A different tone. If you usually get excited, then stay real calm, because that'll offset them right away. They're used to seeing you get excited. No, stay calm. Always do the opposite of what you think they're gonna think you're gonna do. Andrew, I truly do wish you the best. I would like you to get back to me if you decide to actually go in there and give her a speech and let me know how that worked out. Like I said, this is a very tricky subject. I'm really sorry that you're going through this, and I want to send you some energy and some power. And as strange as it seems, I don't know what it is you want to be later on in your life, but I assure you, for whatever is negative around you right now, you need to take that stuff in, put it through your personal filter, and filter it into something clean. That's the way your life is going to turn out really fantastic later on. You don't need to grow up thinking that things are not possible and you'll never wind up having a good relationship just because your parents broke up and then your mother winded up being a certain way. You got to be strong and use your personal filter to take that stuff and, like I said, filter it into something clean, a lesson, an experience, true experience that lets you understand different facets of life. I always say, use it as everything that you don't want to be if you don't like it. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch Just Ask Momo, and peace out.